Hey everybody, it's Sherpa Rage, and I am back with another build breakdown video. Today I'm going to be doing the build breakdown for Nezha, or Nezha as some people do pronounce it. Kind of funny because when these gods started coming out, Nezha and Sun Wukong, kind of funny because I'd been playing a lot of Smite, and both of those gods are in Smite, so kind of funny to see like, oh, the like two gods that came out in succession were both people from the that mythology and everything, and gods and that sort of the pantheon. So kind of cool to see all that and everything. So yeah, just kind of jumping in here to his. Sorry, that was a kind of a joke there for those of you, because the sex of Nezha, especially in Smite, was often confused. But back to the Warframe here. So Firewalker, Blazing Chakram, Warding Halo, and Divine Spears. Nezha he's very much sort of a utility tank. A lot of people that I've seen on like the subreddits and the forums and everything refer to him as Rhino 2.0 or Rhino Junior. And yeah, very true. Honestly, I like him a lot more than Rhino. The one I probably use the least. The two is just a great ability for that teleport, because you hit the two, then you hit it again when you want to, and you'll teleport instantly to where that is. That's so great for just fast travel and movement and everything. Warding Halo is basically the Iron Skin 2.0. Creates a halo around you that protects you. That one's really like the key amazing ability there. And then Divine Spears basically just pops up a bunch of spears that impale enemies and hold them. Does a little bit of damage, but it's really great for just crowd control, much in the way that Rhino Stomp is. So you can see the ult's pretty similar. Has a skin. Blazing Chakram's kind of like Rhino Dash, a little bit better. Firewalker, instead of kind of the roar, that's a little bit different. Firewalker, basically you turn it on, it channels it, and as you run around, it leaves a fiery trail. It can be kind of useful. It just kind of depends on the scenario. I personally don't really use that as much as the other abilities by far. Warding Halo number one, Divine Spears is great, especially on like Draco, which I'm usually running for my Formas, and just running that a lot. So that's really nice, especially the Chakram 2 for like you're on point like say C or something, and you're waiting, you're at like 80%, usually about 95%. I'll throw out the Chakram towards point A, and then as soon as it, because by at 95 usually you'll hit 100 and you can tap 2 real quick, teleport, and then you'll just fall in place on A. So it's really great for quick movement. I love it. Nezha is one of those frames that I appreciate, has a great like skill set and everything, but to me doesn't really stand out necessarily. Like people say, Rhino Junior and all that. It is. It's very similar to that, and it's a different sort of play style, but the kits very much function the same, which is nice. I like that they were able to do that, and if it doesn't feel, like, oh, they're getting lazy. It's just the same utility as one of the most useful frames kind of in the game, in a new sort of set, because the stats aren't the same, obviously, as far as shield and health and everything go. But we'll jump into that now and kind of show you. So I do have 2 form on Nezha, as well as the Midori lens on that as well. So you can tell I definitely like it, because the few that I do have the Midori lens, I think it's Nezha, Oberon, and Equinox. And Oberon's my fave. Equinox, I will admit, though, now after playing her, may actually is up there. It's like Oberon number 1, Equinox like 1.5, because she's so close to like surpassing him there, really. So yeah, just kind of jumping into the build with the 2 Forma. I can't remember if she had a different, or sorry, if he had a different polarity on the aura. I probably polarized that, and then maybe gave D or a bar polarity, something like that. So, but we've got redirection vitality there. So, 175 armor, not too bad. Health and shields, 555, 555, breaks even. So, not super robust there. 600 power, so very, very good stats in the power. Sprint speed of 1.15, actually one of the faster frames there. Really nice. So for her range, or sorry, for him range is really kind of what I wanted because I wanted that almost like with Rhino Stomp that I have kind of that similar build. I want that range for her ult and everything, or for his ult and everything. I'm sorry, I realize I've said like her now like 5 times. uh, Old habits die hard, I guess. Kind of like Nezha, very hard to kill. I often refer to him as the babysitter because you pretty much just run around and revive downed people on Draco all the time. So it's like, oh, good. And I've had people, like, after I made that joke to a squad, I've had babysitter, come revive me. So, yeah, babysitter is what I sometimes just codename him as. But yeah, we've got redirection vitality. And then I did want damage as well. So you can see that power strength 105, it is because we do have overextend taking that power strength race, so I did put transient fortitude and intensify on. Duration does take a hit, which duration's not super big here because honestly having fleeting expertise as well is going to drop the duration down. Prime continuity to kind of cancel that out, so it's about, yeah, it's 68% there, so it's not too optimal, you know, as far as like the ult holding people. It only holds people but like it's just under 9 seconds. I think it's like 8.7 seconds or something like that. But it is enough time to really, as long as you're, you know, in the moment on your A game, like to give you to reload, to move, to position, to kill at least some of the dudes, you know, and having that 600 energy with how cheap it is to cast, having fleeting expertise, it does make it viable. And so I don't really have any problems with that. So you see, yeah, power duration 68%, efficiency 160, range 190, and then power strength 105. So power strength, even with overextend cutting 60, you do get just enough from transient fortitude being a little bit higher. I'll probably bump that up a little bit more, but I do want to be careful because there's a lot. The thing is, there's a lot of frames to just kind of come into, you know, there are things that come into play with different frames having different builds and having to worry about it. So I probably would like to get another transient fortitude so I can have different tiers and have like a max one at like 5, one at 7, something like that. You know, but right now just kind of where I'm at with having that, because I didn't even get that I think until this year, which is, you know, I'm approaching in September. It'll be my 3-year anniversary of playing this, so I didn't even get it until, you know, almost halfway through the second year, basically, or my through my second year of playing, which is like, dang, that's kind of crazy. So yeah, so overextended, of course, prime continuity, prime flow, definitely. Fairly standard build, I feel there, just kind of to give him, her, whatever, Shklee, we'll go with that. Just, you know, something like the duration's got to take a hit. I could probably change a couple things up here and there. You know, prime continuity is not max, prime flow is not max, transient fortitude definitely not. But as it stands now, I feel confident in this build. I never really have any problems. And like I said, all you need is really enough to hit your 3, and then you're pretty much good to go there. So I'll go ahead and jump into some play and show you guys a little bit more in-depth view of the build breakdown. All right, everybody. So here we are doing the build breakdown kind of for Nezha here. So you will get to see, I'll go ahead and pop my 3 now. So you see, Warding Halo just kind of creates that ring around you. 100 health there on just the icon there for you to give you a little idea. So let's see. We've got our Blazing Chakram is this, which I'll run around and then let you see. Yeah, basically it just leaves a fiery kind of trail as you go around. See, it's draining energy there as you go. So typically I don't like to leave that on too long, if at all. Like I said, it's probably my least played ability. I'll use the advantage of stealth here to... Well, I kind of want a group of dudes, so I'll wait to show the ult. But here is the 2, which I love so much. So you pop it, hit it, and then boom. So I believe it does do some damage. I typically don't use it offensively. Here's the ult. Which, of course, they all died like instantly from that because it's so low level. So that's probably not the best of ideas to be showing it on. But basically, they're just... They're spears that pop out of the ground and pale enemies and just kind of hold them there for, let's see, does it say? Yeah, 8 seconds, just over 8 seconds, like 8.2 seconds, I believe is what it is when it starts. So Not a very long-lasting ability, like I said, but how cheap it is to cast. Let's see, 100 now. It's, yeah, 30 energy there. So with 600 max, it's pretty darn viable, honestly. Um, yeah, so you can tell. I'll let some of these guys damage me because I know they will not do much to my warding halo. Um, yeah, I mean you can see how like what? I didn't even. Okay. Maybe the warding halo does do slight damage when I'm near him. Is that? Oh, yes, it does. Okay. You know, I didn't even realize that. So that's something to note. Usually I'm playing Draco and playing extremely higher level content than this. So, I guess you kind of get to see how things break apart here, if you will. I'm not even. I'm just gonna run at him with this then. I don't have to do anything else. I'm sorry, guys. This is probably not the best way to showcase this. I really wish the Zini I could still do that because that was still such a good one to do it on. What? How are you? Let's see. Yeah. So see, the Blazing Chakram does. Oh yeah, and it does. I forgot. If you hit, it'll do the icon. It'll show you. And you can do it at different points. So the trick is kind of learning like how far you can really. Oh, that's the best thing to do. Is when you get in a spot where you can throw it up, and then. Yeah, I can kind of see how that can get a little tricky. So that one's a good one to play around with, though, just in general. Oh, am I channeling my one? I was channeling my one. No wonder I was losing energy so quickly there. Must have hit it. Not even realized there. Yeah, so I haven't even taken any damage. I'll let this guy shoot if my Kubro doesn't kill him. Yeah, see, shot me a couple times, took me down 99. Like not even. It's not a recastable one. I did forget to mention that. There you go. Now you can see the spears, at least for a second there. Oh yeah, I'll do it in the Kubros. These guys are. Yeah, so see, there you go. Typically that'll just last 8 seconds or whatnot on like high level content. So that's when you can run around and fight things or reload if need be. I mean 8 seconds is plenty of time usually for any higher level skilled player. I mean even noobs. 8 seconds is a pretty long time in a shooter game to have. Your reaction window's a lot bigger. So yeah. All in all, really like Nezha though. I think he's great frame. Really fun to play. Like really good solo potential and everything. It just kind of depends like what content really you're doing as well. Let's see. Oh, nope. Okay. But yeah, so that is kind of the build breakdown. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will be doing more videos here. I have reapplied to be an official Warframe channel and everything, so hopefully that'll get accepted. I'm really excited to get back into the community and be doing a lot more videos for you guys. So thanks for viewing, and hope to hear more comments from you guys. Let me know if there's any weapons. I will be doing more of those. So thanks for viewing. Please subscribe, and I will catch you on the flip side.